I've tried a lot of antivirus software over the years, and when something better comes along, I switch. That's why I've moved to WebRoot Essentials. WebRoot Essentials is a cloud-based AI-powered antivirus app that was designed to evolve with today's threats. It's fast, lightweight protection that works across all my devices without slowing me down. If you need another reason to switch, get this. WebRoot Essentials recently ranked #1 in independent Passmark performance studies against 9 other brands, like Norton, McAfee, and even Microsoft Defender. The study found that WebRoot Essentials scans 6 times faster, uses far less memory, and takes up 33% less space on your computer. I've seen the difference WebRoot has made for my devices, and now you can too. My listeners get 62% off WebRoot Essentials at webroot.com/Kim. Get the #1 ranked antivirus protection for just $19 a year right now at webroot.com/Kim. webroot.com/Kim. Go now while you're thinking about it. webroot.com/Kim. Hey there, it's Kim, and welcome to the audio version of my daily tech newsletter, The Current, read by nearly 1 million people every single day. Now let's get into today's newsletter for Thursday, March 12th, 2026. All right, let's kick things off with today's deep dive. And I want you to stay with me on this one because it starts with a trend you've definitely seen and ends somewhere completely different. You know the thing everyone's doing right now? Asking AI to turn them into a cartoon character, a Pixar version of themselves, a video game avatar, a Studio Ghibli painting. And look, it's fun. It's cute. I'm not knocking it. But every time I saw one of those, I kept thinking, is that really the most interesting thing you could ask AI to do with everything it knows about you? Because here's the thing. When you've been talking to one of these chatbots for a while, it knows a lot. It knows how you think, what you care about, how you talk about the people in your life. And I started wondering, what if instead of asking it to draw you, you asked it to actually see you? So I invented a prompt, and what it gave me back, well, I'm still thinking about it. Here's what you do. Open ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or Grok, and just spend a few minutes talking to it first. Tell it about yourself, your job, your family, something you love, something you've survived, a weird detail or two that makes you, you. Don't rush this part. The more you give it, the sharper what comes back will be. Then, when you're ready, give it this prompt, word for word. Based on everything I've told you about myself, write the opening page of my memoir. Make it dramatic. Make it true. Don't start with my childhood. Start with a single moment that captures who I actually am. Give it a title I'd never pick for myself, but would secretly love. That last line is the secret weapon. Hit send, then brace yourself. Here's exactly what it gave me. Quote, "Don't be afraid. Notes from the woman who explained the internet to America." She was running at 5:47 in the morning through the Phoenix streets when a driverless car rolled past her for the 3rd time that week. No driver, no apology. Just a little blinking light where a human used to be. She slowed to a walk and laughed out loud, alone in the dark. This was her life now. This had always been her life. Not the running, not Phoenix, not even the Waymo gliding past like it owned the road. The part where the future showed up without asking, and she had to explain it to everyone else before breakfast. It kept going from there. And the rest of it? Even better. I've linked the full response in today's newsletter. Open The Current in your inbox. Find today's deep dive, and it's right there waiting for you. And if you're not getting The Current yet, today is the day to fix that. It's free. Head to getkim.com and sign up. That's getkim.com. Nearly 1 million people start their morning with it, and I think you'll understand why. Now let's get into the news. And I want to start with a story I think deserves a lot more attention than it's getting. You've probably never heard of Stryker, but you've almost certainly been near one of their products. They're a medical device company out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. 56,000 employees, operations in more than 60 countries, hip replacements, surgical equipment, the kind of company that quietly keeps hospitals running. Well, on Wednesday, an Iranian-linked group called Handalas claims it knocked Stryker systems completely offline, locking thousands of workers out across their global offices and reportedly wiping some Windows laptops and phones completely clean. Gone. And here's what I want you to sit with for a second. This isn't a social media company getting hacked. This is medical infrastructure. The ripple effect of something like that going wrong, in the wrong moment at the wrong hospital. That's not an abstract threat. That's personal. If your business touches any kind of infrastructure at all, You are on the radar. That's just the reality we're living in now. It connects to something else that came out this week, too. Iranian state media actually published the names of 6 U.S. tech companies: Google, Microsoft, Palantir, IBM, NVIDIA, and Oracle, along with alleged locations of their offices and cloud server sites. And here's what people forget about the cloud. It's not some magical invisible place. It's real buildings, real addresses, real hardware sitting in real rooms, and apparently now, real targets. I genuinely miss when the biggest tech drama was a billionaire saying something embarrassing online. Now, here's a story that surprised me. And honestly, it gave me a little hope. Everyone's worried about AI taking jobs. And look, that concern is real and it's not going away. But here's the angle nobody's talking about. The jobs getting squeezed first? They're screen jobs, writers, translators, ticket agents, entry-level sales, web developers. Work that happens entirely on a computer is the work I can most easily replace. But electricians, plumbers, mechanics, the people who show up at your house and wrestle with real-world, physical, unpredictable problems that change by the minute, they look a lot safer than anyone expected. The era of looking down on blue-collar work, it's over, done. And honestly, it was overdue. And now for the story that genuinely made me smile this week. Researchers tested a 2-millimeter wireless eye implant, tiny about the size of a small pill, paired with special camera glasses, on older adults with advanced macular degeneration. Now, macular degeneration is one of the leading causes of vision loss in older adults. It steals your central vision. Reading, recognizing faces, seeing detail. It's devastating. But after a year with this implant, a bunch of the participants could read letters and short words again. An average gain of about 5 lines on an eye chart. Now, it's not full sight. It's not driving or watching a movie or seeing your grandkid's face across the room, but reading a label, a phone number, a text message from your kid. Getting that back after losing it? That's not a small thing. That's everything. I love this story so much. All right, real quick before we move on, let's talk deals because today's newsletter is stacked. Everything from an ultra-smooth 180 hertz computer monitor for $90 to sleep headphones built right into a blackout eye mask for only $19. The links are all in today's newsletter. Open the current in your inbox, and they're right there waiting for you. And if you want to browse all my best picks year-round, everything I'd actually recommend to a friend, head to amazon.com/shop/KimCommando. That's amazon.com/shop/KimCommando. I keep it updated with the good stuff. Now let's do a couple of quick tips, because both of these are genuinely useful, and one of them is something every parent needs to hear today. First up, Gmail. If you're still opening and closing emails just to get back to your inbox, there's a better way, and it takes about 10 seconds to set up. Go to Settings in the top right corner of Gmail, look for the section called Reading Pane, and select either right of inbox or below inbox. That's it. Your screen splits, inbox on one side, open message on the other. You'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Should have been the default from day one. Now here's the one for parents and grandparents, and honestly, anyone who shares photos of kids online. Before you post a picture of a child, blur their face first. And both iPhone and Android make this really easy now. On iPhone, open the photo, tap Edit, then tap Cleanup, zoom in on the face, draw a circle over it, and hit Done. On Android, open Gallery, tap Edit, hit the smiley face icon, and draw over the face with the pixelated pen. Works on license plates too, and documents, anything sensitive. It takes about 30 seconds and it matters more than most people realize. No excuses now. And now for our What the Tech moment of the day, because this one is almost too good. There's an AI-generated actress named Tilly Norwood. No acting credits, no film history, no real career to speak of. But she's been making the rounds online lately, and this week she dropped a pro-AI music video that is something. In the first few hours, it pulled roughly 4,000 views and about 80 comments. And the comments, almost all of them were roasting it. People blaming everyone involved for AI water shortages, questioning every creative decision, generally not having it. The video took 18 people to make. 18. I'm not sure what all 18 of them were doing, but I hope at least one of them said, maybe let's reconsider this. We truly peaked at the Chuck E. Cheese animatronic and have been going downhill ever since. And finally, your fun fact for today. And this one is genuinely one of my favorites. Back in the 1980s, NASA accidentally recorded over some of the most historically significant footage ever captured. And we're not talking about a bloopers reel or some internal training video. We're talking about the original Apollo 11 moon landing footage. The actual reels recorded directly from the lunar surface in 1969, and the real-time footage of the first humans walking on the moon, gone. Taped over. Why? Because NASA had a shortage of magnetic data tapes, and someone decided those reels were available for reuse. Hundreds of tapes went through the same process. The moon landing footage was among them. Now, enhanced versions were later restored from secondary broadcast recordings. So, the footage isn't completely lost. But the originals, the highest quality record of one of the greatest moments in human history, recorded over. Real big day for the conspiracy theorists. Not that they ever needed the help. Alrighty, folks, that's all I have for you in today's audio edition of The Current. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. I know you have a lot of choices for how to spend your time, and I don't take it for granted, not for a single day. If you're not already getting the full newsletter, head over to getkim.com. That's getkim.com. You can sign up free, and every morning you'll get the deep dives, the deals, the tips, and everything else I couldn't fit into today's episode. It's the best way to stay ahead of what's coming in tech without having to go looking for it. I'm always on your side, cutting through the noise, skipping the hype, and bringing you the most trusted tech news out there. Stay safe, tech ahead, and I'll see you next time. Hey, let me know what you think about these podcasts. There's a special address, podcasts@komando.com. That's podcast with an S, of course, PODCASTS @komando.com. Oh, by the way, a couple of people read those notes, so make sure that you're always kind and nice. Again, podcasts@komando.com. Let me hear from you.